All right, so we're back again. So we'll talk a little bit about significance tests for means. Significance test for means. So this is going to be looking very similar to the categorical stuff, although there are a few things to keep in mind. This is used for quantitative variables, so not categories. We still want the same randomization process that we already talked about. And, we want to make sure, because we have this large sample, we want the population distribution, not the sample, but the population distribution to be distributed normal. That's kind of what this tilde here means, is another hand for distributed. So we use the same kind of notation as before. The only difference is going to be that if we have the null, instead of using the p, we're going to use mu is going to equal some value, right? So in a lot of cases that value is 0. And for the alternative, it would be this. We would have an a, so mu alt is greater than 0. It could also be less than 0, or it could also be is not equal to 0. So the only thing that's different between all these is the same kind of formula. We just changed the symbol. That's the only thing that's different here. So when we think about like how we calculate this kind of stuff, we still need to get a standard error. So for this, the standard error should look familiar. It is the standard deviation divided by the square root of n. And then this is plugged into, we use, instead of a z, we get a t-score, and this is going to be x bar minus the null mean divided by the standard error. Recall that this is the average. So that's what that x bar means, right? So should be pretty similar. A good thing to note is that the confidence interval that can be calculated from this is going to align well with a two-sided test. So we'll draw the same conclusions. And we usually assert statistical significance if a t-score is greater than 2. So this we're not going really in depth here because this should look pretty similar to the proportions ones. The change is that we've changed some notation. The standard error here is different, but it's basically the same core idea, same concepts. So we'll work through some problems in the next video.